All right, let's talk about Elon Musk. We all know about Tesla, we definitely know about SpaceX, but today we're going to dig deep, and I mean literally, into one of his most ambitious and honestly most misunderstood companies, the Boring Company. What is the deal with all those tunnels? You know, on the surface, it seems pretty straightforward. It's a company that digs tunnels to get rid of city traffic. Case closed, right? But come on, this is Elon Musk we're talking about. The surface story is almost never the whole story. So the real question, the one we need to be asking is, what is he actually building down there? And here it is. This is the whole game. The public story is all about fixing your commute, a practical solution to a problem we all hate. But the hidden reality, the real long-term vision, it is so much bigger. It's not about cars at all. It's about building the literal foundation, the pipes, the arteries, for an entirely new type of civilization. To really get this, you have to see how the Boring Company plugs into Musk's whole universe. It's not some random side project. No way. It's actually a critical piece of a much larger puzzle. It's one of his keys to unlock the planet itself. Everything Musk does is built on this one core philosophy: vertical integration. He's obsessed with controlling every single step of the process. I'm not just talking about building the car or the rocket. I mean controlling the mines that pull the metal out of the ground, the energy that powers the factories, and the logistics that move it all around. It's about total end-to-end control. And when you look at it through that lens, you see this beautiful, perfect symmetry in his thinking. If SpaceX is his key to the sky, right, giving us access to space, then the Boring Company is its twin. It's the key to the Earth's crust. It's what gives him access to all the resources inside our planet.
Probably the best way to picture how all these companies fit together is to stop thinking of them as separate businesses. Instead, think of them as a single living organism, a new kind of industrial civilization with its very own circulatory system.
And here's how the different parts of the body work. Tesla, that's the blood, pumping energy all through the system. SpaceX, with Starlink, that's the nervous system, zapping information and communication everywhere. And the Boring Company? Well, that's the arteries, digging the channels for all the raw materials and resources to flow. You see, none of them can reach their final goal without the others. They're all connected. And this isn't a short-term thing, not even close. This is a multi-decade evolution, and it plays out in 3 stages. Stage 1 is what we're kind of seeing now, just figuring out how to automate construction. But stage 2, that's when things get really wild. The tunnels become intelligent mines, analyzing the dirt and rock as they dig, creating a direct supply chain of raw materials for his factories. And stage 3? Well, that's the end game, taking this whole automated system to the moon and Mars. I mean, the sheer scale of this vision is just mind-bending. It goes way beyond normal business or engineering, which kind of begs the question, right? Where does this deep, almost primal obsession with digging into the ground actually come from? To find that answer, you can't look in Silicon Valley. You have to go back, way back. You have to look at Musk's own family history, because the roots of this whole planetary dream, they were planted in the mines of South Africa. So, Elon's father, Elon Musk, was an engineer and entrepreneur, and one of his big ventures was investing in mines, emerald mines even. A young Elon literally grew up seeing how real wealth, real power, was pulled right out of the ground. The lesson he learned was simple but powerful. If you want to build anything big, you have to first control the Earth's crust. And when you put them side by side like this, the parallel is just stunning. What his father did in a patch of ground in South Africa, the son is trying to do to the crust of entire planets. He's upgraded the scope from just a mining company to a whole planetary civilization. The legacy goes from a family business to a multi-planetary future. He's basically rebuilding his father's world, but on a cosmic scale. So this cosmic ambition, this planetary scale version of his father's work, it all has a final destination. All this technology, this obsession with resources and digging, it all culminates in one place: Mars. Because in Musk's world, the final frontier isn't just a place to explore, it's a mine. Now, the key to making any of this work is a concept NASA talks about all the time called ISRU. It stands for In Situ Resource Utilization, which is really just a super fancy way of saying living off the land. You don't haul everything you need from Earth. You use the raw materials you find right there on another planet to build your new home. And it turns out Mars is an absolute treasure chest for this stuff. It's got the iron and nickel you need for steel, it's got silica for making glass and solar panels, And crucially, it has water ice, which you can split into hydrogen and oxygen to make your own rocket fuel. So a Mars colony isn't just a home, it's the beginning of an interplanetary mining operation. And this roadmap just shows how long-term this thinking really is. The next few years are just about making the tunnel tech work. Then, the 2030s are about turning those tunnels into actual resource pipelines. By the 2040s, the goal is this global underground network they call Gaia veins. And only then, after decades of work here on Earth, does the focus finally shift to mining on the Moon and Mars. So, when you strip away all the layers, what are we left with? It's a fundamentally materialistic vision. It's not about software or the cloud. Musk believes that in the coming age of AI, true power won't just come from controlling data. It'll come from controlling the physical world, the mines, the power grids, the transportation networks, the hard stuff. And this quote, it just says it all, doesn't it? It connects everything, the past and the future, the personal and the planetary. The family business of digging into the Earth has become the civilizational mission of digging into the future of humanity itself. Which leaves us with one last big thought to chew on. When you really look at the breathtaking scale of this whole interconnected vision, the blood, the nerves, the arteries, all of it, you just have to ask yourself, is he just building a portfolio of really successful companies? Or is he actually trying to build an entirely new type of civilization from the ground up?